Hello, Algebra 2. This is a review of the completion problems from Homework 68. So, for number 1, we have the square root of y to the 14th. So, to take the square root of things that have exponents, you just divide those exponents by 2. So you can think about this as 14 divided by 2, which is 7. So then your answer is y to the 7th. For number 2, we have negative square root of x to the 8th. Okay, so it's okay to have a negative outside your radical, so we'll include that negative in our answer. And so then we would do 8 divided by 2, which is 4. And so that's our new exponent, so we get a negative x to the 4th. For number 3, we have the square root of x squared y to the 10th. So if I do 2 divided by 2, I get 1. So that's just an x to the first power, and when your exponent is 1, you don't have to write it. And then 10 divided by 2, which is 5. So then we have a y to the 5th, and your answer is xy to the 5th. For number 4, we have the square root of 25 x to the 6th. So this one throws a number in there, and we can take the square root of 25, that's just 5. And then to take the square root of x to the 6th, we'll do 6 divided by 2, which is 3. So that gives us an x cubed, and our answer is 5x cubed. For number 5, we have the square root of 121 y to the 12th. And the square root of 121 is 11. And then to take the square root of y to the 12th, we would do 12 divided by 2, which is 6. So that's our new exponent on y, and our answer is 11y to the 6th. For number 6, we have the cube root of x to the 3rd times y to the 9th. So in this case, we're going to be dividing those exponents by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, so our new exponent on x is just 1, and we don't have to write that. And then for y to the 9th, we'll do 9 divided by 3, which is 3. So then we have y to the 3rd. So that 3 becomes our new exponent on y, and so your answer is xy to the 3rd. For number 7, we have the cube root of 27a to the 9th. And the cube root of 27, that's a perfect cube. The cube root of 27 is 3. Because if you remember, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And then the cube root of a to the 9th, we would do 9 divided by 3, and we get a to the 3rd, so your answer is 3a cubed. For number 8, we have the 5th root of 32 a to the 5th, b to the 10th. So for that one, the 5th root of 32 is just 2, because, I'll do this off in a different color. If you do this out, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. If you take 5, multiply it 5 times, you will get 32. Okay? So that's one of those perfect powers you should know by heart. And then the 5th root of a to the 5th, we do this 5 divided by that 5. That gives us a to the 1. If your exponent is 1, you don't have to write it. And then the 5th root of b to the 10th, so then I would do 10 divided by 5, which gives me 2, and so then you have 2ab squared. Okay, so you're just multiplying the exponents on the inside by the root on the outside. And when your root is 2, then you don't see it, and you divide by 2. And then for cases like cube root of 27, 5th root of 32, you actually do have to figure out what the root of that number is. Okay? And so that's the end of Homework 68.